Paul Ladusky of PiratesReport.com here with Pirates manager Clint Hurdle. How are you doing today, Clint?
I'm good, Paul. Thank you.
You were saying in the recent past that you consider this to be one of the elite manager positions in baseball. What would make you say that?
The tradition-rich history of the Pirate organization. As a kid growing up, you know, the 70s, you know, I'm 13 when they turned 1970, and I'm going through my adolescence into the 80s. The Pirates were on TV. It was a time of World Championships. You know, I've always been able to, from afar, look at a Danny Murtaugh, a Chuck Tanner, even a Jimmy Leland, some of the managers that have had success here in Pittsburgh, Billy Burton, with respect, with professional respect. And it's an old National League franchise with great history. So for me, that makes an elite opportunity.
Based on what you saw at minicamp in Bradenton, Florida last month, what are your first your first impressions of this team?
I have a lot of optimism from the fact that for the minicamp that have been, you know, second week of January, the way the players were able to put the barrel on the bat, even though it's batting practice, the lateral movement in the infield, the pitcher's arm strength, everybody's athleticism. There was so much work they had to have done before they came into camp, which is very, very, I think, very smart on their behalf, first and foremost, but it's also invigorating to know these guys are hungry. They need to be hungry, but they are hungry.
There are a lot of different ways to approach spring training. What do you consider some of your biggest challenges to be in the months ahead?
Well, I think, again, it'll be about continuing the development of trust. Organizational trust, dugout trust, game management trust, on-the-field trust. To know that these guys, in and of themselves, no one guy is going to get this done. We've got to have a pack mentality. After that, it's going to be developing a rotation once we break, and we're going to have 5 starters. You're going to have to give us meaningful innings so we can use our bullpen when we want to, not when we have to. And even when you break with 5, that means you're going to have about 8 or 9 on your depth chart. You're going to have to go deeper than that. I think the next thing will be have a closed down bridge in the bullpen. So when we put away the 6th inning and we've got a lead, we're feeling real good about going 7, 8, 9. Offensively, our attention has been on number 1. It's going to sound funny, but making better outs. Making better outs. I shouldn't even say that. Secondly would be the defensive part. 27 outs on defense. The third most important thing would be our base running. Everybody's got to ratchet up a notch on the bases. And then our offense. So it would be in that order.
If a Pirate fan asked you, why will this year be different, Clint, what would your answer be?
The talent. I think the young talent is a year older. I think a lot of the challenges that these players went through last year, nobody likes to take a butt whoop. And I've told them in conversation this winter that the only thing worse than a butt whooping is a butt whooping without learning a lesson. So the lessons had to be learned last year through some of the adversity they had, especially off the mound. There's a lot of courage shown by the front office. I believe the last 2 years where we didn't go out and spend $6-7 million on a pitcher that goes 6-12 with a 5.5, 6 ERA. We gave the ball to young kids. It didn't work out the way the kids wanted, Neil wanted, Frank wanted, Bob wanted. But those experiences garnered, those innings pitched at the major league level, I believe are going to put our pitchers in a better position to have a lot more success this year, because at the end of the day, pitching and defense wins championships. We need to prove all around, but we need to take a big step off the mound.
Thanks, Clint. We'll see you in Florida.
You're welcome, Paul.